Week 24 here in Germany, and I lied, it's actually the next week. As you guys know, I came back from London and Berlin about 2 weeks ago, and I was very tired, and so I didn't really do that much that week, and I ended up sort of putting it off, the videos and everything, and so sadly, it's coming to you a week later because I had that big Frankfurt seminar with all the other paylers. But we will move on to that in the next video. No worries. After my arrival back into the wonderful land that is Deutschland, Germany, and back in my home, Dresden, I honestly really chilled for the next few days. I was very tired. It was a very long trip, but I loved it and it was amazing. I just needed a little Sean time, as I would say. So, that was good, and I'm super excited to tell you guys that with help from my awesome host mom, I now have an internship, and for all of you that didn't hear, it is a film and TV production company. I am just beyond pumped because, of course, I do these videos, and so I have a lot of film editing experience from doing this. It's mostly like just sort of picked it up myself kind of thing, but it still helps with that. And they had mentioned that they watched this, so maybe they'll keep watching it. If you guys do, that's pretty awesome. And I actually had a meeting with them today and had my contract all filled out and everything, figured that out, and apparently I will get to video edit, or I can go out with the film crew and go to sporting events or public events, anything kind of like that. And oh my god, I have never been more excited for a job. Like, this is so cool. I cannot wait. Next week I start on Monday, February the 3rd. So, I will definitely tell you guys how that is. Now let's go through week 24 in Germany. Mostly it's just cooking and some food and nothing really too spectacular until that Saturday. On that Saturday, I went to Görlitz, which is a city on the border of Poland and Germany. It's on the German side, of course. Sounds German if you ask me, if you know. And it's a very pretty city, very neat. I ended up missing the tram because it ended up coming early, and so I had to take the later train that went out to Görlitz, and so I was on there by myself, but I still got some cool footage of the landscape anyways. Met Trez and Janne at the Görlitz Hauptbahnhof at about 11:30 in the morning, and we walked around and immediately we're like, oh, we want to go walk over the border into Poland, because all of us had never just walked over a country's border. That is not something, at least that we do in the US. It's never that easy. We just kind of just walked over the bridge and ended up having some really good food after we searched for restaurants. God, it must have been 2 hours. It's like the people in Poland, I don't think they have stomachs, they don't eat, because there was just no freaking restaurants anywhere. And we finally found a place after it seemed like 2 hours of walking around. It was an Italian place, and we ended up ordering pizza, and the pizza was probably about 21 inches, 22 inches, and that's 54 centimeters or so for my my European viewers, or anyone else in the world that uses the metric system for that matter. It was amazing. Of course, you can see that beautiful pizza on your screen. It was probably one of the best pizzas that I've ever had. So, gotta say, I really enjoyed that. And I think we all did. I gotta say, we all did. And that was only the equivalent of like $10 or like 7 or 8 euros. So, God, I love the cheapness of Poland. I went there with 25 euros, and I only spent 15 the whole day in Poland, walking around and eating tons of food. Who can beat that? You can't. We went later to a cafe, and you see this beautiful cake on your screen. Beautiful cake, beautiful cake, beautiful cake. It tastes very good, and again, very cheap. Gotta love that about Poland. A lot of the architecture was less than pretty, I have to say, but that doesn't encompass all of Poland. I will have to see more of it. I want to go to Wrocław, or Wrocław. That's the Polish way, I think you're supposed to say it. And hopefully I'll be able to take a weekend trip there and show you guys what Poland is really like. It was overall an awesome trip to Poland, to sort of, I don't know, just add another country to my list. It's great to be able to visit. Probably definitely want to go back there for the cheapness. The people there, honestly, that we encountered were not very friendly. But as I said, that was only a small snippet. I'm not going to say that's all of Poland, so we will see. On Sunday, we had a big lunch and then cafe and kuchen, coffee and cake, that Trez baked later on at my host mom's house. I had lots of guests over, and that was right before, the day before we left for Frankfurt. You guys will see that seminar and the whole week in Frankfurt in the next video. Now, you guys know how we do this. Let's see what we did for the week.
Allons-y!
Here we were starting out the week with a nice dinner of potato pancakes. I forget what it's called in German. There is Hannes sneaking in on us. And they were alright. They were good, but I feel like they shouldn't be put with something sweet. That's just weird to me. You can see the Hershey's chocolate syrup, and they were putting that on there. But otherwise, they were still pretty good. So, yeah. When it all began.
You
Let's go what?
Renault.
Who? Yeah, Asian food. Wow.
Still waiting for mine.
Yeah, you're still waiting for yours.
He's probably substitute me asparagus. Like, ooh, found the asparagus. You like asparagus?
I looked really creepy at the start of that because I had to focus my camera. It's hard to focus when objects are moving at like 70, 80 miles an hour. So don't worry about it. That is the beautiful landscape on my way to Görlitz. Gotta say, Germany is a very pretty place. I much enjoy these big open fields and those hills out in the distance. I don't think they're mountains, but I wish they were mountains. And here we are coming up to the Görlitz Hauptbahnhof. Again, Görlitz is sort of a small town, so the Hauptbahnhof isn't spectacular, but it is okay. Still a neat Hauptbahnhof. And let's check it out.
Oh, this is awkward. Just like... It's like drug dealing.
It was not actually drugs. Trez just wanted some whiskey and coke in the morning. And you can't blame him for that. We were on a Saturday, so we can do as we like. No worries. And I did not partake in that. I am not one for alcohol too early in the morning. But this is a little bit of Görlitz as we were walking over to go to Poland. And across there you can see the beautiful land of Poland. Actually more, it just looks like woods. And that's what it is, but we could not cross that river without a bridge. Yeah, those rocks were a little slipperier than I thought. I had to go down on the route. It's weird they got this like caged wall thing. These rocks. I actually scaled down the side of that rock cliff because I didn't want to go around, and I almost hurt myself, but I'm okay now. We thought we could cross across that dam, like kind of walk over it, and then as the closer we got, the more we saw that was probably a terrible idea. And this bridge you see that I am walking on right now is actually the border between Poland and Germany. There are no police, there's nobody stopping you to check your passport. You can just kind of go and come as you please. And it's sort of like state lines in the US. And that's what they would compare it to. So, you can't really blame them for that. They're both EU partners, and so it's not a big deal. Trez was talking to some Polish girls. He asked them if they spoke English or German, and they said English, and he started asking them in English, and they answered back in Polish. That makes a lot of sense. Don't really get why that happened, but we eventually found a restaurant, as I said, with that pizza that you saw earlier.
Tell me you did.
Who? Her? I don't know. Going in the video. Alright, so eat bruschetta. Just get an idea of how big this pizza is. It's huge! Here we were at the cafe. I forget what Trez was talking about, but Jan was taking pictures because look at this beautiful meal. I think it altogether only costs us about €9 because Poland is cheap and awesome, but it's kind of ugly where we were. Gotta say, this looks prettier than a lot of the things we saw, so it's not all like that. This is the Rhine River, right?
How do you even know?
I don't know which.
It's not. It's definitely not the Rhine.
It's not the Elbe either.
Because the Rhine is like.
Here we were walking over a footbridge that no cars are allowed to go on over into Poland. We sort of went back and forth throughout the day, sort of checked out Görlitz, and sort of checked out whatever that city in Poland is called. It starts with a Z, typical, Polish. But, no, I'm kidding. I really don't know what the city's called. I will have to look on a map. And for some reason we were over in Görlitz again, and looking around there. It's a pretty neat little city. I don't think there's too much to do, but they did have a lot of nice pricey restaurants. Wanted to go to the cheap Poland to eat and get some Polish food.
I've been tired of chewing before, like in CBYX, like I was just sick of chewing.
Right there you can see it was a flour-based soup with ham, bacon, and different kinds of meats in it with garlic bread. That was pretty delicious and again cheap. What? Sorry, I won't put you in if you don't want.
Aber der Timo hat mir erzählt von irgendeiner Hülle fürs iPod. Und wenn
Für den iPod, nicht fürs.
den iPod. Und lernt Deutsch.
So, wer möchte Kartoffeln?
Mein Gott.
Was hast du gerade gesagt?
Jetzt hör auf damit.
I didn't say anything.
Stell das nicht ins Internet.
Ja, und?
3/4 Kilo. Oh Gott.
Ja, mehr.
Ja, rüber.
Unsere Kuchen
Dann fahre ich morgen wieder
viel
für Fahrrad auf Arbeit und dann ist das wieder weg.
Schon
Aber ich mag
erfüllt alles, oder? Hallo.
Deutschland haben wir.
And this ends out another week in the wonderful land of Germany. And so I'll see you guys next week.